Boruboyan, Borubosheshe, again, I'm making another video to get it out of the way because I have so much stuff I want to talk to you guys about today. This video is actually the topic of this video is gonna be osain, osanian. Osain is one of the most powerful orishas that there is. I mean, when you get down to the nitty gritty of the religion, Osain and Chango were two of the biggest brujos who knew how to do herbs and stuff like this, etc., etc. But the thing is, you cannot work Chango the way you can work Osain. Osain has his own ekule. What is an ekule? An ekule, this is an ekule. It has a total of 8 shells that you divine with. Osain has his own ekule. Osain has his own tablero, what we divine with the powder. Osain has his own chamalongos to divine with. Osain is a very powerful orisha. Osain has hundreds and hundreds of tratados how to work with the orisha of Osain, the energy of Osain. And the thing that I talked about the other day was the power of the tratados, the patipembes, the signos, the firmas, the oduns. These firmas, oduns, patipembas, they have an energy that has been associated with them for thousands of years. Baba Ije Ogbe, Ogbe Meji, Oyekun Meji, Iwori Meji, Ide Meji, Irosun Meji, Owanrin Meji, Obara, Okanran, Osa, Ogunda, Ika, Oturapun, Otura, Irete, Oshetu, Oshemei, Ofunmei. These are all the 16 major Meis that there is. And out of these 16 major Megis, you have 256 different Oduns that can be mixed and matched with the 16. So it's very important that you understand that the Oduns are more than just a couple lines. Just like the Chinese I Ching, this hexagram of tossing quarters and writing lines had a very powerful potential energy because for thousands of years people have attributed that certain hexagram with this certain energy. You see what I'm saying? Just like with the Orisha Eshu has been attributed with the power to open roads, etc., etc., opportunity. So for thousands of years, thousands and millions of people have focused energy and given that energy to Eshu. So that's why it's very important that you're able to tap into that energy. Anyways, Osain, tomorrow is the day that I undig my Osain. My Osain has been buried for quite some time now. For some of you who don't know, I don't know if I told you or not, that I received my Osain. And Osain has actually been buried now for quite some time because it's the same thing with Ngangas, in Palomayombe, the Nganga. When you receive the Nganga, they bury the Nganga as a representation of it going down into the ground and absorbing the energy that it needs to receive the rest, and when it gets unburied, it's reborn again. The Nganga, the same thing as with Osain. We have to bury the Osain for a period of days, whatever is best. Some people ask Orula if they're having a bad situation, if they can do it for 7 days or 2 weeks or whatever. I went for the longest period possible so we can get fully strengthened up. Anyways, another thing too is some people, like in Cuba, they bury Osain only up to the neck. That way, if it's an emergency, they can go and do a tratado with him and go do a ibo, work with him, or working if it's an emergency. But it's not recommended. It's recommended to let him rest and get his full ache. Anyways, so tomorrow is actually a big day because I'm going to be unburying my Osain. I have to go get some stuff today, some vodka, some cigars, some other stuff, and that's going to be welcoming him home. For those of you who have received your guerreros, when you walked into your house, you had them over your head and you were welcoming them into your home as your home is their home. So Osain is a very powerful Orisha, so I'm very, very excited to be able to start working with him. I've been studying lots of his tratados, lots of his firmas. And for those of you who, want to get connected with the energy of Osain, it would be as simple as maybe going and asking Osain for something because Osain is the king of the wilderness, of all plants, all roots, all trees. So maybe you can go who are having a hard time, a difficulty, and maybe you need some help from Osain because he's very capable of helping you. And just maybe tell him, you know what, Osain, if you help me with this, I'll buy a little baby tree, I'll bury it in my yard, and I'll take care of it. And get connected with the energy of the plants, of learning how to take care of the plants, of learning how to understand, because the herbs are the most important thing. Osain is associated with every ceremony in Ifa. The Mano de Orula, the Guerreros, the everything, because we all need to make Omierro. So we all have to sing the cantos to Osain while we're making the Omierro, and Osain has to be respected and venerated. Osain is a very powerful Orisha. So, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys today about, was because Osain is, I already feel a connection with Osain. I felt him when he came in to the city because I had to ship him back from Florida. And as soon as I felt him, I felt my hairs rise up. And not even 10 minutes later, the UPS called me and said, your Osain, your package, can I drop it off? I said, I'll go pick it up. Don't even worry about it. So I went and picked it up. That way it didn't take forever for him to bring it. And I felt my Osain. Osain is a very, very, very powerful Orisha, and the ceremony of receiving Osain is a very, very powerful ceremony that takes days to do. Almost like your Mano de Orula. It takes a long time. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to inform you guys a little bit about the energy matrix of Osanian and the power that he can do for you if you embrace that energy, because you don't have to be initiated to receive Osain. You don't have to be a santero. You don't have to be a babalao. You can receive Osain just to learn how to work with the energy. Very, very important thing. For those of you who didn't hear me clearly, you don't have to be initiated to receive Osain. You can receive him, and if you have a babalao who knows, because a babalao cannot make Osain unless he has received Osain. So now I can make Osains because I have received Osains. You understand, you have to be able to have receiving the Orisha to birth the Orisha. So Baruboyan, Barubosheshe, to all you guys out there, I hope you guys have a great day, and Alafia, many blessings be with you.